Hey everyone, it's Sarah and welcome back to What You Making Wednesday, where every Wednesday we make something absolutely delicious. This week we're going to try cake mix cookies, which is instead of regular cookie dough mix, you're going to be using a boxed cake mix. I am not good at baking. I've said that before in my homemade Pop-Tart video. Those actually came out really good. People at work really enjoyed those. I'm not allowed to do anything with the cookies in the oven whatsoever when we have our annual cookie baking. I tend to let them burn. It's not even that I don't watch them. Well, sometimes I forget about them. Like, I think it was last year or the year before, I left cookies in the oven for 30 minutes instead of the normal 10. And they came out like hockey pucks. I had to throw them outside so they'd stop smoking. But I'm not allowed to touch the oven. I am the designated cookie decorator, counter, and the Pampered Chef cookie press that you dispense the cookie batter onto the cookie sheet in the different designs of like Christmas trees and sailboats and, you know, whatever type of design that you have for the press, because I am the only one in my family that can seem to get it to work correctly. So luckily I'm able to help out in that aspect, but I'm not allowed to touch or be near the oven because the cookies will burn. So we're going to try this and try to not burn down the apartment. So we are going to give this a shot. So what are we gonna need? We're gonna need two. Well, you don't need two, you can have just one, but I'm making two different kinds. I'm using red velvet and the rainbow chip. They are my favorite cake mixes. You're gonna need 2 eggs for each box of cake mix. I have 4 total. You're going to need 1/3 cup of oil for each batch that you make. I have cooking spray so that the cookies won't stick to the cookie sheet. And I have a cookie scoop that I'm gonna try to use. So I'm going to do the red velvet first. You're gonna take your cake mix and you're gonna open it up. Haha, my scissors right where they're supposed to be. And pour it into your bowl. I usually use the empty box as a trash can. So you're gonna crack in your 2 eggs. Work. And your 1/3 cup of oil. Mix it up. Now this says to do 1-inch cookie scoops. This is a little bit bigger than an inch. An inch is roughly from your knuckle to the tip of your thumb, and it looks to be about maybe 1 inch and at most 1 1/4 inches. But that, to me, that's big, and you know, that's close enough to 1 inch. And the oven is preheated at 350 degrees. So our cookie mix, cake mix, or whatever is completely mixed. Now we're going to take our cookie sheet. And we're going to spray our cookie sheet so that they don't stick. I don't know how big they're gonna get. So I have about 8. They're gonna slip like the Pop-Tarts did because I sprayed it. But I put about 8 scoops onto my cookie sheet, and you're gonna bake them for 8 minutes. I'm like really keeping an eye on them so they don't burn. I am super excited for this. I'm hoping they turn out, because then I can say, hey, I can do cookies. Well, they definitely look like cookies. They're flat and flat and circular. I'm hoping that they're not burnt. Oh, snap. I'm gonna let them cool on a cookie sheet. It didn't say to cool it either on the cookie sheet or on the baking sheet. Cooling rack or baking sheet, the baking sheet. I'm just gonna let it cool on the baking sheet because they're still like, they look like they're not like quite all the way done. So I don't know. It doesn't look like they're gonna be burnt on the bottom. So A+ in my book. I passed the not burning the cookie. Granted, it could be not done. So, we've got 3 more minutes left on our other batch that's in there right now. Yeah, I'm looking at you. You're making a lot of noise this time. At least the cookie sheets didn't pop like they did for the Pop-Tarts. It added that extra poof in it. Do you really have to? I take that that's a yes. It is a success. They've come off the cookie sheet like cookies. I can't believe I did it. They're not burnt. And they are actually done all the way through. They're very cake-like. Obviously, I used box cake mix. Oh, this is so exciting. I can't believe this. I know for a fact that the rest of my family will probably not be able to believe it either, because I can't bake. I'm just now starting to learn to bake, which is surprising as well because I do have a chemistry background, and that is similar to baking. I can do that. Granted, a good portion of it is because it's allowed to catch on fire or burn or change colors. Baking is not necessarily the same thing. I really cannot believe that I actually made cookies. Like, to me, this is history in the making because I cannot make cookies. Like, this is just a whole new field. So I have a smaller bowl now. I'm hoping I can get it all in this bowl mixed. I think because I'm mixing cake mix and I'm used to it being more runny than not. I mean, this is definitely more like cookie dough. Have about enough of the mix left for 1 more tray of cookies. And I forgot about these other trays of cookies. I think I spoke too soon about burning cookies. I just burnt some. That is giant sadness. These came out fine. I mean, look at the difference. I spoke too soon. I mean, they're definitely burnt. If I don't have any frosting, I'm gonna go ahead and taste my red velvet cookie. It comes apart like cake. It's not real crunchy. They taste like the tops of cupcakes without icing. The edges are crispy. These look perfect. And they taste like funfetti too. Don't say anything because I know they're funfetti. I like the funfetti ones better. I like them better than the red velvet. So it's quite sad that I burned some. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment below on what you'd like me to do next. Again, I'm up for anything. Subscribe and I'll see you next Wednesday.